All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak, Kodash, double honors to apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect, which we hope to be. Now, it's your brother Hawaii from GMS Chicago. Got a quick little lesson for you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and confusion of faces who bloodline go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who are Israelites, whose spirit bear witness that they are child of the Heavenly Father. And the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, who the world English calls Jehovah or God. And the name of the Heavenly Son is Yahweh Shai, who the world English calls Jesus Christ or Jesus Christos or Yeshua, Yeshaya, Yahweh. And pretty much this is a clip, some news that was up on Facebook, and it says Venezuelans, which are from the tribe of Zebulon, it says have been throwing their money in the streets for about a year, now waiting for new money that's worth anything. It says if you pick up a truckload of boulevards, I guess that's the name of the money. It says you couldn't even buy a cup of coffee with all of it. You know what I'm saying? So hey, they got money out in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I can't zoom in, but they got money all out in the streets. You know, and people just ride through it on the motorcycles. They show you that in that movie I Am Legend. You know what I'm saying? Remember when the dog had ran into the chasing after the deer, and the deer got killed by those things that was pretty much considered cannibals. It would be the disease people that got diseased, and and uh uh um and you saw at one point when he saw Will Smith had saw that it was a bunch of cannibals that was in the room. They was over there hovering their heads and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they was hibernating or sleeping. And then you saw all the money, you saw the safe, and then you saw all the money that was on the ground. You know what I'm saying? And it showed that it had no value. It was all everywhere. And pretty much they saying you can't even buy a coffee with that money. That's why it's all out in the streets. The money has no value. And that's the same thing that's gonna happen to America. This is James chapter 5, starting in verse 2. It says, I'll start at verse 1. It says, Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupt, and your garments are moth-eaten. It says, Your gold and your silver is cankered. And when you go into that word cankered, it means to rust over. You know what I'm saying? Metal is not valuable when it's rusty, or in a rustful state. It says it's the word ketio, and it says to rust down, that is corrode, canker. So this pretty much that the money is just to ruin. It has no value. You know what I'm saying? Like how metal doesn't have value when it's rusted over. The money don't have value. It says, "And the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days." So, hey man, what's gonna happen is not only would the money won't have any value and stuff, but even the grinding shall cease, man. Uh, this is Second Esdras chapter 15, verse 18 in the Apocrypha. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. And what's part of that trouble? That you can't buy anything. Here it is, you got all this money and stuff, but you can't buy nothing. It says the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Because you're gonna be wondering what's gonna happen. How can you put food on the table for your children? You know what I'm saying? How can you feed yourself? How you gonna feed your wife? You know what I'm saying? It says verse 19. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. So people gonna start robbing and stealing. And if it's food, if it's no longer foods in the store, but people gonna start turning to other people's houses. So it's gonna be a lot of thievery. You know what I'm saying? It's already there now. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be on a worse scale where people are ready to kill for a piece of bread, man. And it says It says, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. They're gonna be using their guns, their weapons, this, that, and the third. It says, and spoil their goods. That word spoil goes into rob. These people gonna be stealing food out of other people's houses and stuff. Niggas do it already. You know what I'm saying? And what do? They wait. They wait to try to see your work schedule and stuff, and then next you know, what do? They do home invasions. You know, usually they want to steal a TV, this, that, and the third. But look how wild it is when it come down to Black Friday. How much more when it come down to food being scarce, you know? And it says because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So it said lack of bread, meaning lack of food, because these grocery stores only hold like 3 days worth of food. You know what I'm saying? So imagine all those out and stuff. The second thing that people going to be trying to do besides robbing these stores are robbing people's houses, looking for something to eat, you know, before it gets real drastic where cannibalism comes into play. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like it happens in a gradual effect depending on the person. You know what I'm saying? You know, if they can't get lawful animals and stuff, then they're going to start turning to their dogs, to their cats. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get squirrels, sliding up on roadkill and stuff and dead animals to the point where they not even trying to cook it. They show you that in the movie The Road. You know, they were still in some sort of those cannibals. They were still in some sort of civilized situation where they was like even though they was already messed up, you know, trying to eat people. Um, they had a house and they had people that they just gathered up and stuff and put in a cellar, and they was just chopping them up piece by piece, and they was still cooking them, you know, before it starts going to the point where you looking like they show you off Tom and Jerry, the cartoon with the cat and the mouse. Every time one of them get hungry and stuff, they looking at their friend or looking at whoever they around and stuff as some turkey or stuff, you know, and they ready to dig in, you know. Hey, that's what's coming to America, man. You know, you know, when you gonna start eating it raw. It says, and for great tribulation, and that will be great troubles, man. Very great troubles. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 12. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So people love you cool right now with them and stuff. You haven't, you know, you passing the blunts, this, and a third. But when it's scarce like that, you gonna see how greedy people really are, you know. Hey, you probably can share now and share here and, you know, share now and share here. You know what I'm saying? But when that day come and stuff, people gonna be for themselves. You know what I'm saying? You know? Because like the scripture says, it says, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. My servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. So that's going to put people in that's not the servants of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? For you 2/3 of Israel that didn't want to come back to the Heavenly Father in truth, in spirit and in truth and sincerity. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be in a desperate state, man. You know? Very desperate, man. You know? That you'll even rob your own peers, man. You know what I'm saying? Go against your own family. Hey, the scriptures talk about how it's going to be betrayal within a household. You know? You know? This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 24. It says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, you know? So if it's going to be a lack of bread and stuff, but somebody got food, and say if their food is scarce and stuff, but they're not trying to share it with you, but you know they got food, what are you going to do? You're going to try to make that chance. You know, you're going to try to sit up there and rob your own friend, rob your own family member. You know what I'm saying? You know, because everybody's vicious out here. Esau had taught you the pride of life, pride of yourself, you know, to do things for your own concerns and stuff and not care for anybody. So you already been taught to be a savage out here, man. A beast, somebody, a brute beast to fill your own belly, man. You know, it says, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein, because it's going to be scary, because it's going to come to the point where people going to be trying to go for the zoo animals and stuff, and some of the animals going to get freed, you know. Imagine a pack of silverbacks rolling around here and stuff, you know what I'm saying? They hungry too, and they mind get dealing with cannibalism and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And they chasing people down and stuff. You'll be scared to go outside, man. You know, alligators and stuff. Because when America, when it rains and stuff, the sewer system is bad out here, man. You know what I'm saying? The streets become small little rivers and stuff. Poisonous snakes can swim through that. You know what I'm saying? Looking for food. You know, alligators and stuff can slide up in your toilet. You know, you sleeping, you wondering why your ankles twisting and stuff because it's doing that death grip on you, man. You know, it says it says the springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. You see a lot of these rivers and stuff. The sea level and stuff is lower, is lower than how it was before. You know, you know I think that's what it's called, the sea levels. You know, this is Second Ezra chapter 5, verse 8. It says, "There shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be sent off out again." And the wild beasts shall change their places, and minstrous women shall bring forth monsters. You know what I'm saying? These here it is. You got Esau Edom, the red Hebrew Edomite, the so-called Caucasian. You know what I'm saying? He through his lust of money and riches and gain. You know what I'm saying? He's destroying all these habitations of all these animals. So they're gonna be forced to come into the cities, man, looking for food. Once again, that was off I Am Legend. You know what I'm saying? Here it is. The first attempt when they thought that they was gonna get a deer and stuff. A family of lions came through. You know what I'm saying? And took food for the night. Hey, it probably won't be a deer in that time or something else that's gonna catch these wild animals' attention. It might be you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the scripture says in Amos the 5th chapter about how uh, uh, you free from the lion, and then flee from the bear, and then you get back to the house, and then a serpent bites you. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, it's gonna be real bad out here. Everything is gonna be looking for something to eat, man. You know what I'm saying? And it might be you. It might be you being looked upon, getting eaten, whether if it's a human or an animal, or vice versa, man. You know, you know, it ain't gonna really be that much trust. The only trust is gonna be within the brotherhood, the men of the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? This is this is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." And that's on the elect. But it don't mean that the elect are gonna have like full course meals. In the movie The Road, you know what I'm saying? They was able to eat a little bit here, a little bit there. You got the child that's crying because he can't really eat like that, this, that, and the third, like he used to. You know what I'm saying? They was going through hard times and stuff. And what the Lord could do is that you'll run over a seller like they did in that movie The Road, and be able to eat good for a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? But once that food gone and stuff, the elect are also going to go through temptation. But the thing is that they're going to endure to the end. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's going to feed his elect. It's just that don't think that it's just going to be full 5-7 course meals and stuff. McDonald's everywhere and stuff like Donald Trump had in the White House, man. You know, the Lord will give you enough to get you by, man. You know. But every other Jake and stuff, they're gonna become savages, man. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. It says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time." So it's gonna be a time of trouble. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be on the lookout for animals. You're gonna be looking out for people that's in a savage mind frame, whether they either trying to abduct you and chop you down piece by piece, preserve your body as meat, or just flat out charging at you like they a regular animal, man, trying to eat you, man. you know because the scriptures do talk about cannibalism. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the curses in Deuteronomy 28. I think 55 and 56. And then you can also have in the Book of Kings, man. You know what I'm saying? With a woman, you had two women, they had two sons, they had children. You know what I'm saying? You know, and pretty much one supplanted one to eat to side they to side her son, which side means to boil, to side her son, and made an agreement that they was gonna eat the other woman's son the next day, and end up hiding her son away and stuff after she just filled her belly up with one of the with one of the other women's children, man. You know, because children are going to be the easiest ones to take down. You know what I'm saying? You know, versus the woman and then versus the man. You know what I'm saying? So women will try to fill up their bellies, man. Men will try to fill up their bellies, man, when it come down to their own children. If it when it gets that bad, man. Because if you can't buy anything, you know what I'm saying, and the money has no value and stuff, you know, and you can't find anything naturally and stuff, because Esau takes all the fruit trees and stuff and put up just regular trees for decoration. You know what I'm saying? All the different bushes and plants and stuff that grow natural fruits and stuff. He takes all that away for decoration, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you can't live off the land, you know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen? It's gonna people just gonna be waiting until they become cannibals, man. Waiting, except for the elect. It says, it says, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And those are the ones that's gonna get saved, where the Lord is gonna keep them maintained, man. You know, they gonna stay sane. They won't go insane, man. You know, they won't become brute beasts, man. You know, it might seem like they might get to the edge and stuff, but the Lord is always going to give them a way to escape. It's always going to be a back door that still leads to Yahweh Bashem Shai, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is this is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 65. It says, among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord Yahweh shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing eyes and sorrow of mind. You know what I'm saying? Because 2/3 of our people and these heathens and stuff, they're gonna be out here wondering when's the next sight of them getting some food, man. You know, when would they actually be able to like off like off the movie Jurassic Park, the first one, when they was out there with them dinosaurs and wasn't really able to eat anything. But then when they went into one of those facilities and stuff, they was ravishing like animals. You know what I'm saying? You know? But before, it seemed like they wasn't going to be able to eat anything, you know? Hey, that's that trembling heart, man. You know, that word trembling is the Hebrew word ragaz. It's the Radagan Nazar ragaz. It says trembling, quivering, quaking. You know what I'm saying? Timid. You're going to be scared. You're going to be scared. You know? You losing weight and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now you see your ribs. Still don't see no food. You know? And then next you know, you just piring away, or somebody comes across in all fours like a dog and stuff, and start sniffing you and get the nibbling on you, man. And there ain't nothing you could do. Or a pack of chihuahuas and stuff, because dogs act like a pack of wolves and stuff when they get wild. And then now they over here nibbling on you, man. You know what I'm saying? You know? It says in failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. Verse 66, it says, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. That word assurance, the word aman, and aman is the adaman and aman. It says to support, confirm, be faithful. You know what I'm saying? Because really, this word would go to I believe Amawan. No, it still says but it still to be faithful. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get stricken. Your faith is gonna be stricken, man. You know. It says, I'll read again, verse 66. It says, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, so people gonna try to hang on and stuff, but some people are just gonna quit. They're gonna give up. They're either gonna hang themselves. You know what I'm saying? They in the beginning part of Book of Eli and stuff, when he tried to see if it was water from the faucet and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And he heard something swinging, and then he saw that it was a dude in there, and he just hung himself. Hey, it's gonna be people committing suicide, man. You know, who probably don't want to pine away. You know what I'm saying? Or don't want to go through the hell that they going through, man, because it's finna be that bad out here, man. You know, it says verse 67. It says, in the morning thou shalt say, would the Most High it were even, and at even thou shalt say, would the Most High it were morning. For the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see, man. You know, and in that movie Book of Eli and stuff, the dude pretty much, you know, everything was dusty, the water wasn't working. You know what I'm saying? You had people that was in their cars and stuff, and they was just rotting in bones. You just saw their skeleton. You know, they was dead for a minute and stuff because it turned brown. You know what I'm saying? The bones supposed to be white. You know, corrosion, decomposition and stuff. If that's a word, but the flesh decomposing in their cars and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, you look left and right and stuff, and the ground had nothing but gigantic cracks in it and stuff. Like there was no water at all. Like the life of the ground was just gone, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, because even for these regular like grass and trees, in order for them to still be able to go, they need some water. You know, and it was no tree in sight. It was no grass in sight. Hey, that's a sight in thy eyes, man. Where you'll think that you just be messed up. You know, that's how it's gonna be out here, man. It's gonna be dry, a drought, man. Literally, not just water, but also with food, man. You know, and then it's gonna be a drought of staying how they say it. I want to say humanitarian, but that I don't think that's the word. But to literally like become to stay sane as a human, to have morals. People morals are gonna be messed up, man. You know, and I hope this video was edifying. And I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak Harash. Double honors to apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to your elect, which we hope to be. Shalom and Abba Abba.